Internet, hello you lovelies. Let's talk about Creature Commandos episode 4, which is far and away my favorite episode yet. It is in fact one of my favorite episodes of individual superhero TV. It did so much, and it's crazy. It gave us Easter eggs. It gave us an incredible, heart-wrenching story. It gave us an origin. It gave us comedic elements. It is so what I love about TV and so what I love about comic books put into one beautiful bow. I'm going to be talking full spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, please watch Creature Commandos episode 4 before watching this review, because there are some twists and turns that are really fun to experience on your own. Also, please leave a like on this video. It helps it grow. Leave a comment on this video letting me know what you thought of Creature Commandos episode 4. And maybe most importantly, I would love you to hit that subscription bell if you haven't already. I do comic book reviews and comic book news, the actual comics themselves, as well as movie news and movie reviews, and as you can see here, some TV news and reviews as well. So if you're into any pop culture stuff, especially in the comic book space, hit that subscription bell. I appreciate it very, very much. Let's talk episode 4. Last spoiler warning, they gave us so many DCU characters. I'm going to start with the most internet-y of things because that's what everyone's going to be talking about. Then I want to get to the heart of the episode. I want to talk the comedy of the episodes, but let's talk about those insane cameos. The first ever appearance of the Justice League, the Holy Trinity, alongside the Teen Titans. I cannot believe that we're going right into that level, and it doesn't have to be that as soon as the DCU starts in live action, because that was a flash to the future. So I just love that canonically the first time we see them, it's the Titans with the Trinity. Just as a nerd, that made me really happy. The fact that Peacemaker and Vigilante are right there along Firestorm and the shot of Robin very briefly, obviously the Trinity of Wonder Woman, Superman, I'm flabbergasted with the images, Batman. I love that it's shrouded enough you can't tell if it's going to be, blue suit Batman. You can't really see anything except the cowl, but you do unmistakably see the new S, the new crest, the new sigil, the sigil that represents hope is canon immediately in episode 4. That is... Man, I'm excited. I know I'm excited for the movie next year. I know I'm stoked to see Superman in a way that I interpret the character. I'm really excited to see David Corenswet's take, and I know how excited I am because of how much that impacted me. Seeing him in animation has me giddy. And then the idea that we saw him alongside Vigilante and Peacemaker, this to me solidifies everyone that was trying to find, problems in a movie that's not even out yet. It's not even out until this summer. Next summer. It's crazy that people are leaping to having problems when those appearances here are likely similar to what's going to happen in Superman with an already established Green Lantern. It's already going to have all of those characters in the world, Mr. Terrific. That world of heroes has heroes already. Doesn't make it any less of a Superman movie. Those appearances, these flashes, doesn't make this any less of a Creature Commando show. It just shows the expanse and the absurdity and the enormity of the universe that's being built, and that is the strength of a shared universe, and that's the strength of doing something as weird as Creature Commandos, is you can build out this world, and you can have stuff like Frankenstein having a conversation about love with Rick Flagg Sr. in his kitchen. That is one of, if not my favorite scenes in this show. I think it's my favorite scene in this show. I think I can comfortably say that is my favorite scene, and I will also say without hyperbole, that sequence from the fight into the conversation is one of my favorite sequences in any superhero TV. It is exactly what I love about superhero stuff. It is grounded and real about love. It is over the top in its ability to be absurdist, and it's about a guy that is a badass trained military man talking to a Frankenstein, a depressed poet Frankenstein. The absurdism is so perfect in balance with its groundedness. The humor is pitch perfect, and it is exactly why I like comics. Because comics to me are a Trojan horse of morality, of ethics, of what it means to be human. They're a reflection of humanity. That scene is that. Frankenstein is a villain, he's a creep, he's a monster, he's a stalker, he's an assaulter, but he's a hopeless romantic that likes movies that I like. And that's villains. Like, villains aren't cookie cutter. Villains do horrible things, but they're still people, or in this case, monsters. And I love that scene between the two of them, and the cheekiness of, his love for an actual villain that's going to destroy the world. Frank Grillo giving that incredible grounded performance of a man who's seen all this. He's Rick Flag Sr. He's used to this. This is life. And that, again, makes the universe so much more real. I'm so happy for Frank Grillo as the first, lead in the DCU. He deserves it. He's such a talented actor. And here we see how talented a voice actor he is, opposite David Harbour, who's giving one of the best voice acting performances I can think of. And it's not always the case with actors translating to voice acting. I talked about it last week, but this scene shows that dynamic and that chemistry and that energy, and the writing is exactly my jam. Love that scene. Such good humor. The scene of the fight and the emotion and the fact that Frankenstein just lives at an 11 or a 12, and he just, whether it's best friend or his just, I hate you. It's so fun and big and much. And that's what comics are. And that is so amazing to see. And then we get the most heart-wrenching scene to date. We've seen what the bride's gone through. We've lost G.I. Robot. But the Weasel backstory. Back in 2020, whatever year the Suicide Squad came out, we got that one toss-away line of he kills kids. And I didn't know if we'd see Weasel again. Obviously, he's in the post-credit scene. But James Gunn is so good at misleading. The characters that are the ostracized, the underdog, the monsters are often the most misunderstood. And he did that really well with Rocket. He's done that with King Shark. He's done that with so many of his characters. I love that Weasel got a throwaway line that we just didn't even second guess because he's just Weasel. And then it got brought up a number of times in episodes 1 through 3. And then in episode 4, it is revealed that he was trying to save those kids. They were his friends, that he's a good entity. He's a man, Jandreau, whatever he is. And he just wanted to help, and he was just trying to help. And everyone in that scene saw him like Frankenstein. Ironically, while Frankenstein was having a chat with Frank Grillo. But that sequence of burn down the monster and pillage and the cops, those kids died and he was just trying to save, the little girl, and they were too busy taking out the monster, and he wasn't a monster, and just that pain. I can't imagine, I don't have kids yet, but I can't imagine losing a child, and there's nothing more horrific than when you hear that someone hurt a child. So I love that this made Weasel not revisionist history, but the truth, so that we can love the character, because he's so weirdly likable, and now it's okay to like him, he didn't hurt kids. And I just, I was so impressed at the tact in the pacing and letting it breathe, and how much fun it felt like an old kid's show when it was kids playing, and then how heartbreaking that was because of the innocence of that feeling of watching an old kid's show. And yeah, everything they handled so well with Weasel. And then it still moves the A-plot. So all of that happening in this individual episode, again, it feels like, I said it last week, feels like an individual issue within a trade. The trade is this season of Creature Commandos. The issue is dealing with Weasel's story and that bittersweet moment of chasing squirrels, that last line of dialogue, and it's dealing with the building a B-plot with Frankenstein and Rick Flag, and it's dealing with all this stuff. But the A-plot, we're going right back to take out this woman, the reason they were all there. We had this instinct to not trust her and why she was all over Rick Flag like that and all those things getting in his head. But now the A-plot is the bride taking over. They're going back to that country, and they're going to be the Creature Commandos, set out on the mission they were meant to do. But now we've got so many twists and turns to these characters, and now that we're so endeared to these characters, it's going to be so much more effective when we're there with them, and things are impactful, and things have places to go, and that's the power of long form. This would have been fun as a movie, and I think that I would have liked the twists and turns, but having the weeks in between, the time to marinate on these characters, and to be invested in these characters, and to think about our preconceptions of these characters really enhances all of that more. So serialized content is a lot like weekly comic books, and then you can watch it gathered together like a trade paperback, and that's what the show is doing so very well. So I really, really am impressed, top to bottom. Comedy, top-notch. Action, top-notch. Easter eggs for the internet to lose their mind about, top-notch. And a lot of world building to make the DCU something very special. 4 episodes in. We are a mere 3 weeks into the DCU existence, because episodes 1 and 2 together, and then 3, and now 4, and already we have so much potential and so much beautiful world building and universe growth. I'm so excited. What did you think of episode 4 of Creature Commandos? Let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like on this video to let me know you liked it, and if you're not a subscriber, I really, really appreciate each and every one of you that are, so I'd love for you to join this madness, because I love talking this stuff, so I hope you love hearing about it. Please hit that subscription bell. It means a lot to me that this page is growing so quickly, and I've got so many folks here on my personal page. After a decade of appearing on lots of other channels, it feels good to be growing mine, and it means a lot that you guys are here. So thank you. Cannot wait till next week. Creature Commandos episode 5 and lots of stuff in between. I'll see you guys soon.